The Toronto police want your guns. Yes, thanks to an announcement by Toronto Mayor John Tory, the largest city in Canada has announced a gun buyback program wherein if you have a handgun, the Toronto Police Service will visit your home, pick it up, and give you $350 for your troubles, regardless of whether the gun is legally or illegally owned. The whole point of this is for Toronto to say that it's trying to get illegal guns off the streets, but in reality, it's doing no such thing. For starters, studies have shown on a number of occasions that gun buyback programs or gun amnesty programs have zero impact when it comes to reducing gun crime or reducing crime more broadly. And the reason for this is quite simple. Number one, the price that's being offered, $350, is less than the value of most handguns, certainly those used by gangsters, which means that if you want to sell your gun or offload it, you can get more money by going through other means. Secondly, the people that the government is supposedly targeting through these programs, gangsters, have their guns for a reason, because they want them. No, the only people that surrender their guns for $350 under a gun buyback program because John Tory told them to are little old ladies whose late husband may have had a handgun kicking around that they just haven't used or haven't needed. These are the people that are going to be getting this money. The whole program is an illusion. The government wants to say that it's doing something about gun crime, and this is the way they're going to do it. Although you can tell they're already pretty much not confident it's going to do anything, because John Tory is lowering expectations, saying, no, don't worry, this is just one small piece in a broader effort against gun crime. Remember that last year, Toronto had its homicide record. This is even worse than the so-called year of the gun that precipitated the last gun buyback program a little over a decade ago. And the fact that here we are now suggests that this buyback really didn't change the fabric of organized crime in the city of Toronto. There was another buyback program done about 4 or 5 years ago, and again, here we are today. The problem with this is that it once again indicates that the city's view, that government's view, is that guns themselves are the problem. If you can take a bunch of handguns from little old ladies who aren't using them, because there is a net negative number of firearms, you've somehow managed to get crime guns off the streets. And obviously it's flawed. The problem with guns is who owns them, not the fact that they exist in the first place. And the reason that I, as a gun owner, as a law-abiding gun owner who will not be participating in any such buyback, get my back up against the wall about this is because this is ultimately the government trying to push the needle to prove that anyone who owns a gun is the problem. That if someone who's causing no harm to anyone hands over their gun, the city is a little bit safer. That's not the truth, because, well, my gun's not harming anyone right now, which means me handing it over would cause nothing. This is a gun grab, and don't be mistaken, even though they're giving people $350, not cash, it's a gift card if you've gone through the process and waited several weeks, but just because they're giving it does not mean that the motivation is a pure one. No, the motivation is to take guns not off the streets, but out of homes. For True North, I'm Andrew Lawton.